Well, hello there, fellow geeks and geekettes, and welcome to yet another video. I hinted on this in my last video, but I consider it very strange indeed and important for me to make a separate video about this. Now, if you've been wondering for the last couple of months or even years why the quality of the modern American comic books published by Marvel and DC Comics have been bad, why the quality has been very bad indeed, please look at the screen. This is one of the latest tweets by the chief editor at Marvel Comics. And by the way, she is, I should refer to the person as they, because they identify themselves as queer and brown very openly on Twitter, the supporter of the Black Lives Matter movement and non-binary, which, of course, by which this person ticks all the little boxes for them to be hired by Marvel Comics. But they are looking for more editors, and look at the screen once again, please. They say, black and brown people, queer people, people that are not cis dudes, and any combo of the above. If you are even a little curious about being an associate editor for Marvel, click through, apply. You are needed. Now, once we stop hiring people based on merit, based on their abilities, their talents, what they can do, based on their ability to work hard, and once we start hiring people solely based on their identity, the quality of any product we produce will go down. And that's a fact. Now, it applies to every single thing in the world, but here we are talking about the American comic books, and that's why the sales of the American single issues, the direct market in America, has been dwindling for the last couple of years. Now, apart from that, of course, let's put this aside for a moment. Let's focus on the tweet once again. Let's focus on the short sequence that says people that are not cis dudes, which is absolutely bloody racist or homophobic, sexist. I don't know even what it is, but it's very, very bad from the side of Marvel Comics and Vita Ayala. Now, you might say, oh, but it's just one person saying that. No, it is not. They, as a chief editor of Marvel Comics, they represent the company, they represent Marvel Comics, the entire firm, and by this, they are eradicating a majority of their audience, because the majority of comic book readers in the world are heterosexual males. I'm not sorry about what I'm saying, it's the fact. I have met only a very few not men, not cis dudes who are reading comic books and who are into comics. And if somebody thinks that there were not enough not cis dudes working at comics in the past, I suggest you watch some videos made by your boy Zach, or Comics Matter with your boy Zach, Richard C. Meyer. He has studied, as well as I have, the history of the American comic books, and there were many, many very diverse people working in the industry since its conception, especially in the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s. People just didn't talk about, these things. They didn't care. People didn't care that Larry Hama was Asian. People didn't care that... was the name? Louise Simonson was a woman. People didn't care that, and now I'm blanking on the name of the awesome female author who wrote Daredevil in the 80s, or late 80s and early 90s. Please remind me, because I'm completely blanking on her name. But, this has never been a problem until the leftist activists have taken over the industry and have driven it to the ground. Now, I couldn't care less, of course. I'm not from America. I am from Europe. I have never gone to a comic book shop every week to get my dose of weekly comics, because it's just not the practice here in Europe. Our comic books our comics work a bit differently. We publish collected volumes already, graphic novels, or les bandes dessinées, if you will. Some people call them albums, right? So, and, this has really never been a problem here. Americans are a bit different in this. And needless to say, the direct market, as we know it, the single issues published monthly or weekly or bi-monthly, this is over. And it will see change very soon. I think that the publication of the American comic books will resemble the European model a little bit. But we are talking about the quality here, right? Unless Marvel and DC and the other publishers, Dark Horse, Image, who have been sold to big corporations lately, one of them European, I think. Dark Horse has been bought by a Scandinavian video game company or something. Unless they change their strategy, unless they start hiring people on merit again, they are going to be driven to the ground completely and absolutely very soon. And I predict that 2022, if they don't change, is going to mean the end of the American comic book single issue. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below what you think about this, if you agree with Vita Ayala or with me and other people. And yeah, once again, let me know in the comments down below what you think. Bye.